Okay, so how does Mobiclean work? Well, it's very simple. You publish your site to a folder on your PC from Mobirise, and you select your folder from the folder picker. And when you've selected your folder where you've published your sites, you then go down and you enter the URL or the website where you want to replace the mobirise.com with, and that will also replace other variants of mobirise.com. Then you enter your name of your site, what the site email address is, and whether you want to replace all support@mobirise.com emails with your email, and replace all other Mobirise.com links with site links. And you can check them or uncheck them if you wish. So then you go to your additional options, and on the additional options is if you want to add a comment below the top of each page in the HTML, you can add a comment to be added there, created by Microsoft Squid or whatever you want to do, and you can obviously optionally select that or not. Then you can select where you want to output your processed files to, and you can choose to leave them in the original file that you published, or you can set them to a different folder, which is probably the best option. So you select the folder you want to publish them to, and if you want to output all the files to this folder, so that's not just the ones that the program's going to scan and edit, but all the programs that files that you published. Then if you want to replace some custom strings, so like you got perhaps the word hello and you want to change it to goodbye, then you can do that with up to two different strings there. If you want to rename the project file, then what it will do is it will rename your project file with a load of numbers on the end, a random set of numbers, so that it's not easy for other people to download off your website, and you keep your backup then on the website, and you can then just remove the numbers when you want to re-import the project file. Then if you want to replace all HTTP links in your site with HTTPS, if you've suddenly gone to a SSL, then you can just enter your domain name there, and you would then just click the box, and that will replace all HTTP www. your site name, or without the www. Site name with HTTPS in the code. If you want to remove excess line breaks from your page code, then you check the box there. And if you want to remove the little comment that Mobiclean puts on the site to say that it's been cleaned with Mobiclean, you can elect not to put that comment on each page if you wish. Then we come to fixing alt tags. So if it finds an alt tag with mobirise.com in it, or an empty one, then you can enter what you want to replace that with. So, and it will add a number on the end. So if the first one it comes to, it will say, in this case, Microsoft Mobi image number 1, and then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on as it goes through the site. And if it says mobirise.com, then it will replace that with Microsoft Mobi image in this case. And then you have the option to completely remove all Mobirise engine tags, or to replace the text in any Mobirise engine tags with your own text. So that will help your SEO. Okay, so that's the advanced options. Then we come to the pro options, and here you can add some extra meta tags to your site. For example, the author's name, the subject, the copyright. Then you can also add a rating meta tag if you wish, a distribution meta tag, a revisit after meta tag, but note that some of these will affect your SEO, so be careful which ones you use and only use them if you need to. You can also add the relevant meta tags to the top of each page to stop it being cached by the browser, so that will force the page to be reloaded from your host. And then you can elect to replace the Mobirise version numbers with your own version numbers. So in this case we're on 4.7.7, so that will then replace 4.7.7 with 1.0.1. Then you come to the compact HTML, and you can choose to compact the HTML pages, and either just tidy them only, or if you uncheck that, then it will fully compact the pages. And whether you want to compact the HTML pages only or HTML and PHP. So that will do just the HTML pages, that will do HTML and PHP pages. Okay, so then we come to the HTML tag options. You can add a tag to the HTML tag at the top for something like prefix equals and then OG, HTTP if it's needed. And you can also add the language tag to the HTML tag, so you can select the language tag that you want to select for the HTML tag. Then you've got some choices there to replace certain Mobirise text with different text, and you can choose which ones you wish there, but they will be overridden if you've asked it to replace all HTML tags. Okay, so then you've got options such as the social links, and so if you've forgotten to change the social links from the Mobirise ones to your own, you can get the system here to do it all for you automatically, so that will replace any of those strings there with whatever you put in here. So if yours is twitter.com your site, then you would just overtype the none with your type, and so on and so forth there. Okay, so then we come to AMP options, and here the extra options here is that if you add a form to Mobirise, then and you're using a custom PHP form, Mobirise will replace whatever you put in as the custom URL with the formoid link. So here you can get it to replace that formoid link with your own URL. It will save you having to go in and manually change it. And you just tell it which page the form is on, and it will then change it on that page. Then we come to add to head and body. So if you've got some scripts or links that you want to add to your head or body of your pages, and this is for all pages, then you just enter your script in there. For example, you could enter script type text, JavaScript, src equals JS, and so on into there, and then that will add that to the head of the page, and that will add it to every page once you've checked the box. And if you want to add a script to the body end, then you do the same thing there and just check the box. Now if there's a couple of pages on your site that you don't want those scripts added to, obviously this is useful for cookie panel type script and that sort of thing, and fonts, you can exclude certain pages. So if you didn't want it to appear on your terms page, then you just click the box and it won't add that script to the terms box, but it will add it to every other page. And the same goes for the body. You can select which pages you want to exclude adding those scripts to. Okay, so then we come to the OG and Twitter tags. Here you can enter the details of your OG and Twitter tags, and it will pick up the URL from the site page and the site URL that you entered on the main form, which is that one there, and it will only add OG tags if there's none already on your page. So if you've added some via your Mobirise editor, then that will ignore any that you add here, and you click the box if you want it to add them. You can select a default image to use as the image for Facebook and Twitter. There's one there and there's one there. Or if you create an image as per the notes in here and put it where it tells you to, then it will use a different image for every page. It will automatically adjust for that. And then you can enter the site name, your admin and your app ID and the OG description. Now it will pick up the description and the title from the page if there is one there. So and if it's not there, then it will use the default one that you've added here. And the same thing goes for the Twitter cards. Okay, so they will automatically then be added to your page. You then got the complex text and replace, which is a new feature, and that means you can enter some text that has quotes in it. So you can have, if you have some text that says hello, it'd help if I could spell hello with quotes around it. You can replace that with, you know, something else with quotes around it, or without quotes around it if you wish. So you can replace up to 2 strings with quotes and other special characters in them. Okay, so then we come to the process. So you then would process your site, and that's nice and easy to do because all you do is click Start Process. As you can see, it's now checking to see what version of Mobirise you're using, and it will then adjust itself depending on which one you're using. So it will run through now and do all the changes that it needs to do. It will also tell you how many replacements it's making as it goes along. And if you've selected to compact the HTML, that will then do that at the end. So it's processing all our pages. This is quite a big site, so it's processing a lot of pages. For a 1 or 2 page site, that would have been finished about in less than a quarter of that time. So it's now finishing processing. Okay, so the compacting is done as well, and because it was compacted, it started off at 1.8 megs and it's gone down to 1.6 megs, so it saves a lot of space within your pages. And you can look at the analysis. So it's removed 2,311 Mobirise references, it's fixed 158 alt tags, there was no HTTPS links to replace, it's fixed HTML tags, and it's done 608 other replacements, so a total of 3,131 replacements on that. We didn't ask it to add any OG tags, so it's added none of those, and it's renamed the project file to that there, and it says a site was built with version 4. Okay, so now we can go and optimize the images, and I recommend use level 7. So we can process the JPEG images, and there's 218 files initially at a size of 23,130 kilobytes. And once it's finished processing them, it will just check the size again. And as you can see, there's still 218 files, which I hope that hasn't remembered all 218. And the total size has gone down to 9,408 kilobytes. So we've saved nearly 60% in the file size. And if we go now and process the pings, and the pings has actually gotten slightly bigger because it's optimized them to make them as good as possible. Even though it's compressed them, it's made them slightly bigger. But that's not a big problem with the pings. Okay, so then finally we can go and we can create the sitemap. So you check any pages you don't want included in your sitemap, and you don't want robots to index, so only check the ones you don't want, and then you enter your website's URL, and then just select whether you're going to be changing your website monthly, weekly, daily, hourly, always, or whenever, so that how often the robots need to come back. And then if you want to add meta tags to the relevant pages, that will also add a no index, no follow, or index follow to the page in the meta tags as well, if you check that box. So if we click the create sitemap, it's now created our sitemap, and we can create our robots text, and it's now created our robots text. So that's it, all the processing has now been done. So now if we have a look in the folder at the final results, so if we look at the index page to start with, you will see the code is all now nice and tidy. There's all the excess spaces and things have been removed, so everything's lined up nice and neatly, so it saved a lot of space. It's added the ENGB to the language to the HTML tag. It's added our site made by Microsoft at the top, which is where it's replaced the Mobirise one. It's added the no cache items there to stop it from being cached. It's added the author, the copyright tag, the subject tag, the revisit after tag, the distribution tag, the rating tag, and it's removed all the Mobirise links, so there's no more Mobirise links. They've now all been replaced with Microsoft Mobi, and the version number has been changed from the Mobirise version number to the version number we selected. And as you can see, there is no mobirise.com links left in the HTML, and that has then done that on all of the files in there, and there's our backup project files. And if we look at the sitemap file, you'll see it's created the sitemap file, so it's put all the necessary XML stuff in, with the location of the file, when it was last modified, how often it's changed, and what its priority is, and it's done that for all the files that we wanted listed. If we then look at the robots text file, you will see it's created that automatically, and it's the ones that we want excluded have been disallowed there, and the sitemap has been referred to there so that the robots know where the sitemap is. So there's all our files and all our assets files. They've all been done as well. So everything's there now. We can just publish that file to our website, and all our compact and Mobirise links have been removed. When you want to check for updates, as if the program's been updated, you just click on check updates, check now. In this case, we already have the latest version, so there's no update available. The what's new page will tell you what has been changed in the latest versions, and you also have an option to tell me if there's something you think you would like included, or you find a bug, and you just click the get in touch, and it will open the form to submit the details. There's some important notes, have a read, just make sure you know what's going on, and that's it. So the last thing you can do is you can save the profile. So if you've got a lot of sites and you don't want to have to keep entering this data every time, so you can save the profile already exists. So save that profile with all the settings we had in it, and when you want to load a profile, you just click on load profile, and it will then load that profile, and all the settings you've made are all been loaded automatically, so all you've got to do is start the process. Okay, so that's it. That's Mobiclean Pro. Hope you enjoy it, and have fun.